Good morning and happy Monday, everyone. Um, hmm, let's see, what's my low, my high, my act of kindness? Um, well, for my low, I would say I slept in too much this morning. That was, I mean, it's 10:07 right now, so it's not like I slept in super late, but I don't know, it's always like, because I really could get out of bed a lot sooner, but I just procrastinate too much. I do. That and plus, honestly, I went to bed almost midnight last night. So, that happened. Um, my high was actually, I did several things really good. Um, went to a Latitude 42 tap house at Cousins Bay Lobster for, you know what, I think I would technically call it brunch. Because, like, I would say lunch, but I got a beer at Latitude 42 Tap House, so that's why I'm going to technically call it brunch. Hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. And then I got to go see my family later, which is always a real treat. We had, Mom made a roast for dinner. It was very good. Yeah, it was overall a rather solid day. Let's see what. Once again, congratulations to. I said so much short last night, but once again, congratulations to the UConn girls basketball team for winning nationals. That's awesome. The men's final is tonight, and actually, I don't mean to brag, but I actually got my final. I had Florida and Houston in the final, and I was right. As for who I think is going to win, well, I've got Houston winning, but that's like the one thing whenever people make brackets, which is like, just predict who's going to win and move on. Like, why do you got to overcomplicate it by saying it's going to be like, I don't know, 70 to 80 or something like that? Or, like, why you got to predict the score? Like, don't make things more complicated than they already are. I mean, we got to pay attention to 68 teams over the last several weeks. You know, just pick who you're going to think, just pick who you think is going to win and move on, really. What was my act of kindness? Well, I held the door for some people going to church yesterday. Alright. What else did I do? I helped with making dinner yesterday too. And by help make dinner, I mean help peel and cut the potatoes for my mom making mashed potatoes yesterday. So I did that. The dinner was good. Obviously, I can say the dinner tasted very good. Let's see. Let me think. Yeah. So want I read this week's One Piece Manga chapter? Because I do. Especially considering the fact that we got a break this week, so next week it's going to be the break. But it's the last chapter for a couple weeks, which straight up, I saw the first episode of the anime after I came back from hiatus, and oh my god, it's awesome. And also the new opening. I absolutely love the new opening in One Piece. I do. I mean, it's very Bonnie and Kuma forward, which makes sense because they're about to go into Bartholomew Kuma's backstory. And I love it. The animation's great. The music's wonderful. But because of what I know happens, and because of what they're alluding to in the opening, literally gets heartbreaking every time I see it. But I really do enjoy it. I love it. It's great. It's heartbreaking in a good way. Like you're seeing a sad movie and you actually enjoyed it, you know? Anyway, ooh. Okay, so here's the thing. I had the chapter on screen before I turned on the camera for the recording. And I heard about this was going to happen, but actually seeing this, I'm like, wow. If you don't know, there's a cover spread to celebrate the return of the anime coming off of hiatus. And it's literally the Straw Hats watching the anime. And I think my favorite, thing on this is Zoro, because everyone else is watching the anime and he's facing the other direction drinking booze. Oh, Zoro, that's why we love you. Also, if you don't know, for years the One Piece anime was being aired at 9:30 in the morning on Sundays. Which, I mean, they've done that forever. But they actually moved it to a new time slot. 11:15 p.m. the day before. Remember, Japan is a day ahead of us. Which, I mean, there are several reasons why they're doing this. One of which is because of what happens in the Kuma backstory. In fact, I'm very much convinced that we're in for a real treat, both for entertainment purposes and emotionally. So without further ado, One Piece chapter 1145, Wildfire in Forest Sector 2, Branch Route 8. I mean, I know that's what's going on just by looking at what the chapter title is, but I don't think I've ever actually seen a title of anything in which the title is, for all intents and purposes, a weather report. Actually, does a wildfire count as weather? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so, looks like the giant warrior pirates are, hey, it's Goldberg. Wait, is this Shield a homie? Oh, sweet. Zoro and Sanji are working together. They take down what appears to be a gigantic dinosaur for meat, probably to heal Loki. Okay. Oh, it's called the Groggysaurus. Okay. So it looks like Goldberg speaks with a bit of a speech impediment. Because, for example, delicacy, but he's a delicacy. Or, it takes a while to carve. Okay. Yeah, neat. Okay. Alright, looks like there's cooking tools in the shed that's nearby, hunting shed. Oh, okay. So Goldberg's shield is a homie, and it came to life years ago when Goldberg's dad went on an expedition to vanquish Big Mom. Oh, and the guys are like, oh, so he's like Zeus then. And Goldberg's like, whoa, wait, you guys actually know Mr. Zeus? He's like one of the most excited homies. And then Sanji says, now he's a manservant to our navigator. Or the Zoro said. I can't tell who's talking there. Okay. Alright. Yeah, Sanji said that. Okay. Okay, so it looks like Loki is telling everybody what happened. How the Holy Knights showed up. And, just explain what happened. Okay, looks like Zoro, Goldberg, and Sanji about to meet. Okay. Ha. Okay, so this is something that Luffy's done before. On Thriller Bark, when after the Nothing Happened scene, which is one of the best scenes ever, Luffy tried to force feed Zoro when he was completely like knocked out, and Luffy's trying to do the same thing here for Loki, which is actually kind of funny because the meat literally just got finished cooking. It's about as hot as you can be, and he's trying to make Loki eat it. And now he's trying to make Loki bring hot soup, which is also funny. Although, yeah, I gotta go with Loki on this because they're making Loki eat when he's laying completely on the ground. You can't eat when you're laying completely on the ground. You gotta sit up. I mean, for those of you who don't know, you can eat food from any position, even upside down, and through a process called peristalsis, your food will go down your throat no matter what position you're in. However, let's be honest, you want to be eating sitting straight up. You never want to be uncomfortable while you're eating. You'll never be able to enjoy it. Okay, so after Luffy screws up twice, they're telling Luffy to back off, and Gerd gives him the thumbs up. That's nice. Okay. Oh. Loki's telling how he met his idol. Rocks? Oh, here we go. Okay, so like Luffy with Shanks, Loki also tried to join Rox's crew when he was a boy. And Rox is also telling him to not, he doesn't want you. Okay, so Loki challenged him, and Rox pulled out a blade and used it on him, and therefore Rox won. Oh. That's interesting. After Rox beat Loki, what we can see is Whitebeard also in shadow saying, you don't have to use a blade on a kid. And then Rox is like, shut up, Newgate. I wonder if it was this moment that made Whitebeard like, okay, if I'm going to have a crew, and if a kid wants to join, I mean, I'll obviously give it thought before I let the kid join. I'm not going to pull a blade on a kid. Okay. Rox says he was born in the wrong era, which, honestly, you hear that a lot every so often in One Piece. Okay, looks like the giant warrior pirates are fighting the nightmare monsters. Okay. But it looks like for those who dreamed up of Loki, I love the one the Giant says, if they knew what Loki was really like, these dreams would be a lot more dangerous to fight. Because Loki was one of the nightmares that kids thought up of. Okay. Scopper says, ooh. Is Scopper combined using observation hockey to determine where the gods' knights are? I think he is. Okay. Sweet. Okay, try to put out the fire. Alright, looks like the kids are about to walk directly into the fire. Okay. Oh. Jinbei for the save. Jinbei for the save. He used Fishman Karate and used the water from the sea cloud to put out the fire. That's awesome. Jinbei. Oh, man. Oh, man. I'm so happy Jinbei's on the crew. If you don't know, Jinbei was like one of my all-time favorite characters in One Piece for a long time. And he was one character I really wanted to join the crew. And at the end of... Okay, well, if you don't know, at the end of Fishman Island, that's when Luffy officially asked Jinbei to join. But what then happened was roughly a 10, 11-year cock tease in terms of how long it took for Jinbei to join the crew. Oh, real time, that is. Like, in the world of One Piece, it's probably like a month or so. Anyway. Yeah, fun fact, like, the first half of One Piece only takes place over the span of, like, 2 months in that world. In fact, since the time skip began, I think it's also been about 2 months, give or take. Month and a half? I don't know. But, yeah. For everything that happens, you kind of forget just how long a day takes place in One Piece. I mean, granted, that actually depends on what Oda wants to write. By the way, for people who complain about the pacing of One Piece, bro, you're getting one chapter a week. Of course it doesn't seem like it's going very fast. Anyway. Here's you on the fire. Robin and Chopper are thrilled. Then Chopper's like, did you see that, Robin? And then Robin's like, yeah, Jinbei must be nearby. Okay. Oh. So remember, Jinbei is with Robin. Oh, I'm sorry. Jinbei is with Usopp, Nami, and Brook, also among the Colin pirates. Because Colin is one of the only little kids that hasn't been affected by the whole dream thing. And I love how Colin says, the kids at school all hate me, but I think of them as my friends. That's so sweet. I mean, yeah. I can think of several instances when that happened when I was a kid. I mean, I don't think I would say straight up friend, but, you know. I mean, listen, everybody knows school sucks. We're all in it together, right? Oh. Goonko's on the Colin pirate ship. Oh, man. What a really ominous way to end a chapter. Oh, my gosh. That's so cool. The chapter was awesome, man. It was great. Jinbei got to shine, of course. Learned a little more about Rox's past. By the way, we also learned a little something about the Soul fruit. You know, the homie Nash, the shield that's alive. Apparently, even when the user is destroyed, if that user made homies, they're still like their homies are still going to be around. By the way, if you don't know what a homie is, it's when you take a piece of a soul. It could be your soul, it could be anyone's soul. put that in an object, and then that object comes to life. Think like what you see in a Disney movie or something. So, yeah. This chapter was awesome. I hope you like this video. If you like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow on social media. As always, I enjoyed holding this video for all you guys watching. Joe for today. We have a wonderful Monday. And remember, if you guys want to talk, chat, we'll be here to let me know. Once you're back, take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.